You all are looking very bright, a lot of bright lights out there. You all are doing your practices, shining that beautiful divine light. And you all online, I can feel your presence as well. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and I want to open us with prayer. So let us turn within. And so this morning, what I know is that there is just this one life, this one perfect life, living itself all through all of creation. And it is all of creation. It is just this one power, this one presence, this one infinite intelligence, this one whole, perfect, complete divine essence. It is my very life and being, and is the very life and being of each one of us. We are each unique ways that the divine is expressing. And so it is in this awareness today of the beautiful divine dance that is constantly going on through us, as us, for us, that I bless this time together. I know it is another beautiful divine dance. I know that Reverend Katherine McKinney, our speaker, is uplifted and inspired and inspiring as she surrenders and allows herself to be a vehicle and a vessel through which today's message is delivered. I know that our wonderful lead musician, Elise Carver, is also a divine instrument, pun intended, for the beautiful life that is God expressing artistically as her. And so I just know that each one of us are bringing this beautiful essence that is co-creating a beautiful tapestry of spiritual upliftment this morning. And so for all of that, I am grateful, and I just release this, I let it be, and so it is. All right, so a few announcements to give you today. First, I want to invite everyone, and there's always, I'm going to say, really listen to what I'm saying here, because there's always someone whose phone goes off about 2 minutes after we make this announcement. Please silence your phones. It's much appreciated. Unless God is calling, and then we'll answer and see what God wants to say. Our Labyrinth Walk is today after service, right after this service, over in Richelieu Hall. So all are welcome to walk the labyrinth and get that meditative, reflective experience. Our Women's Circle will be meeting this Sunday, 12:30, after the service in the teen room. And also there is a teen workshop this Sunday during our service over there in the teen room. We're going to collaborate with Indivisible Arts in Hermosa Beach to bring a once-a-month workshop for our teens and tweens, teaching the Fundamental Life Toolkit. So learn practical tools to navigate life with calm, confidence, and balance in mind, body, and spirit. Yay, teens, you're all in for a good treat. That will be this Sunday, and then the following Sunday on the 16th, we'll do the same thing for the tweens, which is really great. Sometimes the tweens get left out. We get the little children, we get the teens, but we don't get those ones in between, those like 10 to 13-year-old or 10 to 12-year-olds. And they'll be facilitated by Caitlin Hendry, who's a life coach, podcast host, and a mother of 3 herself. She attends both here and Invisible Arts, so that will be a really great thing for our youth. Our office will be closed. We'll be resting on November 11th, Veterans Day. And of course, we honor all of our veterans who have served our country, and we will close the center next Tuesday. Ecstatic Dance, 1 week from today at 7 p.m. We get to kind of move all that's moving in us. We kind of get to move with life and let emotions flow forth. We get to be free together. So I invite everyone to attend that. I will certainly be there, getting down with my bad self and shaking my booty. Sort of. We have a one-man show called The Boy Who Saw True, and it's gotten rave reviews. Reverend Valerie and Reverend Mary each had it at their churches and said it was just amazing. And so I know it's going to be amazing here. It's performed by Harry Hart Brown. Come on 10 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, November 15th. At 10 a.m., Reverend Mary and Reverend Valerie will cook us all breakfast. How about that? And then at 11, the show will start. So we'll be all like satisfied with the good food, and then we'll just kick back and watch a show together. Tickets are $25 in advance, $30 at the door. Our pledge dinner is coming up November 16th, Sunday, November 16th after service, potluck style. You could be a table captain or join a table, and the sign-up sheets are right out there at the front desk. Don't miss it. It's always a fun time for the community to come together, and we invite people to fill out pledge cards, but it's very low-key, and there's no obligation to do that. So the only obligation is to come and enjoy good food and have fun. So join us for that on November 16th. And I want you to know that myself and Sue Crossan are hosting a vegan table. So for those of you who are vegetarian or vegan and want to, know that everything at your table fits that, join our table. We would love to have you. New Earth Expo is having a psychic fair and gratitude festival. In the past, we've had like 1,200 people come through here in a weekend. We know it's going to be really successful again. That'll be on November 22nd and 23rd. And we invite you to sign up for a slot to volunteer. As I said on Sunday, my goal, my dream, my vision is that everyone in the center would sign up for a slot, because we're hosting this and we want to really welcome people and shine our lights and then invite them to be a part of this community. These are all going to be like-minded people with us, and so it's a great opportunity for us to really show up and be fully present. You can sign up at the table outside, activity table. Thanksgiving's coming up. Anyone ready for Thanksgiving? We're going to have a Thanksgiving Eve service like we did last year. This year, Reverend Valerie Reeves will be hosting it. It will be at 2 p.m. on the 26th, the day before Thanksgiving, 2 p.m. And that day is a Wednesday, so there won't be a normal 11 o'clock service or meditation on that day, because we'll be doing a 2 o'clock Thanksgiving Eve service. Looking ahead in January, we've got a really cool thing with psychic medium Bill Phillips. He's going to be here Saturday, June 17th, 2 to 4 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. Tickets are selling fast, and there's a QR code and website, and you just go there and buy the tickets directly from them. And it still benefits the center here as well, but they handle all the tickets. This Saturday, our beloved dear Ruth Wagner, who was very dear to this service because she would be sitting right up here in the front, and she would usher every Wednesday, like literally every Wednesday. And of course, she made her transition. So this Saturday, please come out 11 a.m. and we will celebrate her beautiful life that she lived and shared with us so generously here. You can update your contact information with us. We always like to be up to date on your phone number, address, all that sort of thing, so we can communicate with you. Also, we would love to have your birthday so we can send you a card, which I love doing. I love signing those cards. Flyers for all of our events can be found at the activity table in the lobby. For a full list of activities, see our weekly e-newsletter and Spirit Speaks magazine. Big thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers. We appreciate you all so much. Let's give a hand for all the people who show up in service. Thank you so much. Our speaker today, finally I can get to that. Okay, our speaker today is Reverend Katherine McKinney. I know it's going to be great. And before we bring up Reverend Katherine, another great thing is going to happen, which is our lead musician, Elise Carver, will sing for us.
Good morning, everyone. This song is called The Power Is Here Now by Alexia Jelen. magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears. Let the fire burn away your fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust. Let the earth hold you, take care of you, and nurture you. Oh, the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears. Let the fire burn away your fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust. Let the earth hold you, take care of you, and nurture you. Oh, the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of love is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
The power of love is here now. Thank you so much. Isn't it wonderful? It's even beautiful when she hums. I love the sound. She opened and closed, humming that wonderful tune. So I am here to speak today, and this has actually been planned for a while, but for some reason on Sunday it was announced that Reverend Moira was going to speak, Dr. Moira was going to speak. And then a message went out from our office in there that said it was Reverend Mary that was going to speak. So I'm not sure who you showed up to hear today. It could have been anybody, but it actually is me. I am the one that's here. But it was such a surprising thing, and I actually don't care who you showed up to hear today. My talk today, the idea that I have organized everything about, is my good is here. And I've been inspired to talk about this topic really since sometime last week, if not before, because I have been so immersed in the teaching of Roots of Science of Mind, 8 weeks of the class in preparation before that. And there were several roots that we talked about, 3 main ones, but the one that we closed with is probably the one that's in my mind because we spent several weeks on it. And it is Emma Curtis Hopkins, and this is the book that we shared. And that title comes from her first lesson in all of her books. It's called The Statement of Being. And she begins this book, this chapter 1, by saying the 12 disciplines of Jesus Christ are what we study. And that is what she's setting the stage for all that we're doing. The first one is this statement of truth. But what she says about the 12 is that the truth has many ways it can be expressed, and all are required if people are to believe in the beauty and brightness of that truth. And so that is the lesson that I'm focusing on. And I think it's also interesting that when we sang on Sunday as a choir, and there are several choir members here, and you will remember that the second verse that we started out singing is, all you need, you already own. All you need, say it with me, all you need, you already own. It was given to you the day that you were born. It was given to you on the day that you were born. And see, that's it. Your good is here. And there, it is a truth that we have heard so many times. And if I jump ahead for a moment to the second lesson, but it's only for a moment, what she says is that when people hear your good is here and you ought to have it, their next thought is, but I don't. But I don't have it. And the truth is, we do dwell very often in what we don't have, especially if it's something that we want. Sometimes we wonder, when things happen to us, is this what I want? Where is my good in this? And that's partly what I'm sharing today. And I think there might be some people joining us online who were in my book reading earlier that I have before the Wednesday service. And I told them that they would get a good laugh if they listened to the service today. But let me begin. So what happened to me a couple of weeks ago, I went to San Francisco, took my computer because I had a little bit of work to do, and I was there for several days. I did some time where I was taking care of the babies for my daughter while she did something else, and that was the main purpose in my going. And so I did that, and so the morning came, and I'm loading up my car, and I come back, and I'm say goodbye to the babies. And it's a little emotional because I don't want to take them with me, but I want to be with them. And so that was probably my emotion. So I had an uneventful trip coming home. It was easy. I get in my car and I go to unload my stuff. Where's my computer? I left my entire computer case someplace up in my daughter's dining room underneath. Now, this is the computer that I use for everything. And so I immediately called my daughter and says, you've got to get this to me. So she FedExed it to me the next day, and I got my computer. But I'm going, my gosh, how could I forget something that important? And yet, nobody did this to me. Nobody did this to me. I forgot my computer. So I'm pondering, I know there's something, and you can make up things if you want to, but don't share them with me, about why I may have forgotten it. And then last weekend, just on Saturday, I went up to Pasadena for a wonderful ecclesiastical ceremony for one of my former students in the School of Spiritual Leadership here. It was really, really great. And so Dr. Moira went with us because she knew this young woman, and my daughter Maureen. We were all in the car. And so we come back home, and I go in and take the stuff out of our car. Where's my bag? I left a bag up there that had my dress shoes in it, a number of things that I want. I've done it again. I've done it again, and I did it to myself. Yes, there was confusion when we were leaving because all of us, we had robes and we had a lot of things, but I forgot my stuff. No one else. So I'm pondering all this. There's got to be something. I've got to take some time to figure out what it is that I'm missing that I need to know. Where is the good in this? And there is good. There is always good. There always is. And so this morning, ladies and gentlemen who are on my Zoom call, I'm going to do this talk. I'm preparing and putting things together, bring my stuff, and then I come in to open my Zoom meeting, and I don't have my computer. I left it at home. I can't do that call very well, but I have a computer in there, so I'm trying to make it work. And I'm just saying, I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting this. But do you understand what a thing it is to do something like that 3 times now? 3 is magic, right? 3 is enough. I know that 3 is enough. My good is here, and I already have it. I have yet to discover it, but I know that I do. So there's more than one kind of way that we are missing our good. One of the things that I actually wrote this morning in a prayer treatment, I said that the divine is always listening to our thoughts and feelings. And that's always, eternally. And sometimes our thoughts and feelings may not be what we want to manifest in our lives. And so how that manifests in my happening to me, I will discover that. But it manifests in other ways as well. And so sometimes we want a change in our lives. We want a good that we feel that we don't have. Perhaps we have a diagnosis, and we are looking for health, a whole health idea. Perhaps there is a financial component that's missing, or we feel that we want more of, and so we want more prosperity in our lives. And perhaps we're just imagining a project or something we want to do to be successful for, and we're looking for that success. Then that's the good that we are seeking. So now we're looking to change something. And we do know that change is what this creation is about. We're always changing. And one of my favorite quotes from Ernest Holmes is that nature does not allow you to stay in the same place very long. This is 385.1. Nature doesn't allow you to stay in the same place very long. You're there long enough to learn what you need to learn, but then change will come. And you should meet it with a smile. Maybe we don't always, but that's what Ernest Holmes says. And so in thinking about when we want to make changes in our lives, this is what Ernest Holmes has to say. And this is in the first part of this Science Mind textbook on what it does. If we wish a certain good, we must instill into our own minds a realization of the specific good. And this idea is a mold. And I'm talking about a mold like you'd make Jell-O out of? A mold. So visualize the mold. It will be filled, the mold, by the substance necessary for the complete manifestation of the good in our lives. Ernest Holmes sometimes calls this the mental equivalent, but the mold to me is so visual. And so you create that space. You don't tell the divine how to bring this change into your life. You create the mold for the realization that you want. So you wouldn't create that this operation is necessarily going to fix me, or that this medicine is going to do this for our health. You just put the mold is for your perfect health, and allow the divine to pour into the mold the substance that will bring that realization to you. It's the same thing with financial success. Yes, you may say, I want to win the lottery, or yes, I want to get this job I'm applying for, or I want to find money on the ground, whatever. That is not the way the mold necessarily gets filled. You leave it to the divine. Leave it to the divine to fill the mold for your prosperity. And there are a number of those sources that Ernest Holmes used as he was creating the Science of Mind, who encourage you to simply do these special treatments for your good, for your eternal good. And that you allow the whole way, the things that are going on that you can't imagine, to fill it for your good. I know there is good for me, and I'm going to realize it. The word ought that Emma Curtis Hopkins used, I ought to have it, really means an expectation of the good that's coming. And so it's also an acknowledgement that it's not here standing here in the form that I want. The good already exists in the mind of God. It already exists. You were given it on the day that you were born. We have our good. But the realization of it, as Emma says, is what we want to bring about. And so in thinking about all of these things, I'm contemplating my own situation, and it's so striking that this is a big one for me. But what I also understand is I didn't get a diagnosis. I didn't have a financial disaster. I didn't have a catastrophe that came into my life or to anyone I care about. It did not hit me this way. It came to a way, though, it got my attention. And I'm grateful that it just got my attention. Do you hear what I'm saying? We often get these realizations in ways that we really don't love and have to deal with. And so I recognize, as Deepak Chopra says, change is going to come. Ernest Holmes said that, but Deepak says when your soul is speaking to you, it starts whispering. It'll tell you something. Well, if you ignore that, it gets louder. You might get a shove. That might be the next one. But if you don't pay attention, you get kicked out the window. And sometimes that's not fun. That's Deepak Chopra. Now, I have not gotten kicked out the window. That's what I'm saying to you. I have had my attention drawn to some things that needed taking care of. And I know that I do. I know that I figured that out. And I'm just letting you share in my messiness. So know with me that I figured this out, okay? We'll do that. And so as I come to this particular place, I remind myself again the thing that I wrote in my prayer this morning is I know that the divine is always listening. And so I want to be careful in what I'm thinking and saying. And when I catch myself, wait, I don't want to do that. Or maybe someone says something to me that really is personal and it sort of strikes me. I have to remember that it really isn't about me. it is about something I need to pay attention to. It's always about something I need to pay attention to. And God is not doing this. Keep in mind that God loves you exactly as you are and sees everything as perfect. But our soul, that eternal part of us, that is our soul that is responding and urging us forward to be more and realize more and more, no matter where we are. And our soul loves us, but it also knows that nature does not let us stay in the same place for very long. It urges you to change. And in the midst of all of this, God loves you just as you are. The power of love is so fully present, always. So I invite you to know for yourselves that whatever is moving through your life that you don't like, wish were different, or for someone that you love, that you remember that the power of love is the most powerful thing. And that you are loved with an everlasting love. And that whatever you need to know from disturbing information comes to you. And as I was sitting right here this morning in the meditation, I was imagining that when you sit in meditation or contemplation, but be quiet and allowing your mind not to race around like horses, but to simply be, that's when you're inviting in those gentle messages. Things come to you. And those of you who do this often enough probably know for sure that you get things you weren't even thinking about. It's almost like, say the secret word and you win $100. It is just an amazing experience. I've had some of my most creative ideas when I was quiet and listening and opening. So I invite all of you to do this for yourselves so you don't leave your computer in a faraway place, so that you don't do all of those things like that. Or that if you do it one little time, you just leave your homework at home or you leave your, whatever, that the resolution is easy and you take the message when it's whispered. When it's whispered. So let us close and know that the power and presence that is God, that is everlasting good, is here with me now. And I say these words in the I am. And I'm knowing that every person that's hearing is knowing this is so for each of us. We each have the power to choose exactly how we treat for our good, how we open for our good, how we know our good. And I know for myself that I use it in the highest and best way I possibly can. And I absolutely allow this to be so. And so it is. And so it is. We are going to next share the offering, and someone is going to help us with that. Oh, and it's Zandy. She's going to step up, and we are going to share. And we always share with you the different ways that you can give money to the center. And this is how we do it. There's fun ways to do it if you want to do that QR code. How many have tried the QR code? Yeah, it's just fun to do. It is. It's nice that it works. And see, the beautiful thing about the QR code is that when the flyers and things, because I know Reverend Gregory mentioned a flyer having a QR code, when you do that, you don't have to type in where it's going. It just goes there. And that quick response is what QR stands for. It just takes you there. And so it'll take you to our website and you can donate. And of course you can do the typey out method and just donate that way. And it just is a great, great way to do it. And you know what? You can put money right in that plate right now. And as we do our affirmation, whether you put it in that plate, you do it another way, or wish us well, I invite you to join with me as we say, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice with the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. And thank you for all you're doing. And Miss Elise is going to share our gratitude.
It's called I Wish for You by Karen Drucker. I wish for you love, I wish you success, and knowing you are worthy of having it all, you've answered the call to serve your highest good. You have a power within, and now you'll begin to share your heart's desire. I wish for you joy, I wish for you peace, but most of all, I wish you love. You have all that you need, all the support to reach the highest mountain. But if you're afraid or feel insecure, your angels are watching over you. You have a power in your heart, trust in your path, and faith will always guide you. I wish for you joy, I wish for you peace, but most of all, I wish you love. I wish you love, I wish you love, I wish you love, I wish you love, I wish you love. You got everything inside of you. Nothing's gonna stop you now. There's nothing you can't do. So just state your intentions with a laser beam of light and go out and shine. You shine. I wish for you love, I wish you success, and knowing you are worthy of having it all, you've answered the call to serve your highest good. Open your heart, trust in your path. Faith will always guide you. I wish for you joy, I wish for you peace, but most of all, I wish you love. I wish you love, I wish you love, I wish for you love. I wish you love, 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 I wish for you love, I wish for you love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Elise. And so this is the time when we have questions or comments or requests for prayer. And if anybody's really left something somewhere, I don't have all the solution yet, but it is, I just don't want you, I'm not interested in having anybody feel sorry for me, because I am very, very happy and very blessed. I just want you to know that. But I just think it's remarkable that this happened all so close together. I could have added that when I went up to Pasadena to get my bag back, I didn't know that there was a parade happening at the same time. I had no idea. I just sat on the freeway for half an hour, just waiting for it to clear, both coming and going. There's all kinds of things that you just have to recognize it's just a thing, and it's not a thing. Anyway, what is it?
Thank you. You have such good clarity and focus, though, in all these areas. So I'm knowing that you have focus in everything you need to do, too. I was in LAX airport about a month and a half ago, and after going through TSA, I was putting my shoes on. I left my airline ticket on the seat, and I walked into the gate, or toward the gate, and then I realized I could just get another ticket. So it worked out, but I was panicking for a moment there.
And you got it back, I bet.
I got a new ticket from the agent, and it worked out. Yeah,
Right.
it worked out. But thank you for the service. It was really good. You're always really good. Yeah.
Well, we always have to remember when we do things like that it's not the end of the world. It's just something that wants our attention, and it's up to us to figure that out. That's the way I look at it anyway. Thank you. Thank you, David.
I have an interesting story, and I voted right on time, and I mailed my wonderful ballot. So proud of myself. And then I get a text saying, are you here? Are you Beverly? And you haven't voted. So I called Sacramento, and they sent me to LA, and I told my story. And they said, we can't send you a new one. You have to go in person. So my wonderful partner here, Dave, took me to my precinct. And I go in, and there's people lined up. And I said, who gets me? And there's Paul from our group, our reading group, greeting me. And I love that I went back to center. I said, this is what do I do next? And I just said, in your class of roots. And it was just, what to do next. My brother taught me when I was 30, do the next right thing. So I did, but the gift was, there's Paul to greet me. I just love that. Spirit knows what it's doing, but it sounds small, but it was very big for me, because I was just going, what happened to my ballot? But I went back to center and knew that my good was present, and I got a gift of Paul.
Well, I think that's sometimes a really great practice for when we misplace something. And we know it's just misplaced as opposed to, gone for good. And so that's an easy one. But in my experience, I don't find things right away. Sometimes it's a year. That's where I put it, So some things take the time they take. And I can't explain that either. Yes.
Well, I'm not sure this is the right solution, but I continue to pay for a landline so I can find my cell phone in my house. So Spectrum likes me a lot.
Yes.
In all seriousness, I have learned not to panic, because I know it's in where did I set it, right? But I am literally not giving up the landline because of this. Anyway.
With the one thing that I celebrate just this much about leaving my computer in San Francisco is that I knew that I was going to get it back. I had a lot of faith in my daughter because her executive skills are well developed. And so she had it. She knew exactly the place to go, She not on the way to pick up the kids. So she did it. It was in the mail, and I got it literally less than 24 hours after all that happened. FedEx did a great job too, so I will say that to them. Brought it, and she made it be a signature so that it didn't just get left. So it was all done so well. And so I celebrate how things can be done easily. But I truly did not panic, because there's nothing I could do except depend on someone else, and I was okay with that. So that's a good thing to remember too. You don't have to panic, because you're just wasting time while your mind just goes, just crazy. You need to get to that part. Yes. Anyone else? And over in the right field, yes.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I'd like to request a prayer.
Can you speak just real?
Sure. Is this
Thank
better?
you, thank you.
Okay, great. I'd like to request a prayer. My father-in-law is ending his time with terminal cancer, and we're bringing him back home to die. And so I'd like to ask for prayer for both him and then the people who will bring him back home to finish his time here.
Now tell me the name again.
Bobby.
Robin?
Bobby.
Okay. All right. So I invite all you to join me in this realization for Robin. So I breathe into this moment, knowing that the power and presence is here, there, and everywhere, all at once. And I speak these words for Robin. And I know that as I speak these words in the first person, that I'm coming from that powerful I am that is always true. And I know that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart come from that divine wisdom of God, and this is what I know. That the body that I use in this life is absolutely whole and perfect. It is my good. It is complete as it is. And I know that when there is an appearance of something that is less than good, it may be a diagnosis, it may be more than that, that is in this physical proof that something is wrong, that there's no truth to the wrong part. Because the body is always whole. And so as I set my mind and my heart and my intention to come back in alignment with the wholeness, which is the way that I was born, whole and healthy and vibrant. And I know this wholeness is what moves through me, moves through the consciousness of everyone who loves me and who cares for me and moves in that space, that there is wholeness, there is perfection. And all of this, there's the nurturing, the loving, and God is loving me through all of this. And so I allow myself to surrender to that power and presence and allow it to do its absolute realization and manifestation in the mold that I'm pouring, which is my perfection in my body, in my wholeness. And it is perfect. And so I step back. I take my hands off of the wheel and know that God is doing the work, that the creative process that God set in motion from the beginning of creation is set in motion for this wholeness to restore itself to my wholeness and fullness exactly as I was born. There is no other thing to know. I am deeply grateful to know that this is the truth. And it's a truth with the capital T, because it knows that when the truth is spoken, when the word is spoken, that is absolutely part of the wholeness of life, it does manifest itself in sure and swift ways. I simply allow that to be. And as this word is complete, it is already done in the mind of God, I release my word, knowing that it is whole and complete and done. I agree and say, and so it is. Is there anyone else? Well, I guess we are near our time. So I thank you all for being here, whoever you came for, and I allow it to simply be the way it is, and so it is. Thank you all. And goodbye on Zoom.